Hello everyone and welcome back to NBA Jam here on Classical Music. Last week we started following a new team called the Infernos. I don't know if they have a city or state associated with them, so for now they are just the Infernos. And they had a solid debut match beating the Utah Jazz 90-85. Not necessarily a washout, but not bad either. A win is a win is a win. And now they move up the ladder to face off against the Atlanta Hawks. Now, normally when you're playing this game career mode, it's called the Jam Tournament, or calling it a career mode, you can't progress through the career mode unless you beat the team that you're on. However, for this series, because I care about you guys, win or lose, the Infernos will be progressing through the same ladder set by that career mode, which means after this video ends and the match is all said and done, the next match the Infernos are gonna go up against will be the Memphis Grizzlies, no matter what next week. So we're not stuck in the same matchup for like 5 weeks in a row or something like that. The Infernos, also, each match, before I start recording each match, I do a coin flip to help determine whether or not that match is going to be a home for the Infernos match or an away match for the Infernos. And apparently, for the past 2 matches for the Utah Jazz and now for the Atlanta Hawks, it seems like the coin gods say that both of these matches are going to be away matches. So let's head on over to the Phillips Arena over in Atlanta as the Infernos take on their next opponent, the Atlanta Hawks. Alright, so here we are at the Phillips Arena, home to the Atlanta Hawks, which is the next opponent for the Infernos as we follow their careers. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. For the Inferno side, we got Rodney B and Kobe Bryant in the guard position, as well as Zydrunas Ilgauskas in the center, similar to their Jazz performance. And then over at the Hawks side, we have Sharif Abdubar and Jason Terry in the guard position, and Theo Radcliffe in the center position. And already we're getting started with a big air dunk over by the side of Atlanta, opening up the game. Little spinny spins, and Rodney B responds with a dunk of his own. Tied game going on. I feel like this is going to be a close match between the two teams. Another going in for a dunk, misses by the rim. Very surprising over by the Atlanta Hawks. Kobe going for it there and back. Rodney going for an alley-oop, but he gets rejected. Terry now with the ball going in for a simple bucket, but it gets blocked. Tries the alley-oop, but doesn't go in. Radcliffe goes for a dunk. Lots of dunking happening around. Lots of alley-ooping, and the shot clock violation triggers. Remember, that is one of 2 violations that happens over here at NBA Jam. One of the only 2 violations that can happen, the other one being goaltending. And Rodney B going in with a nice dunk at the hot spot, is ready to go for a 3-point hot spot. Rodney seems to be smoking. Almost got the hot spot available, but got the ball knocked away. Instead is Ilgauskas going in with a spin behind the back and a slam dunk right in the face of the Atlanta Hawks. Radcliffe now taking the ball into Terry. Terry going in for a backboard and back. Never mind, it's going to be an alley-oop, and it sinks in. Atlanta now ready for another a hot spot. First one of the night for them. Rodney goes in with a big dump to try to widen that gap as much as he can. Hot spot is active. Hot spot available with the forward front slip, and Abdurrahim just slams it home. 3 points over for the side of Atlanta. Now Infernos in regain possession, trying to go for the alley-oop, but fails and couldn't maintain the ball. It's another turnover from the Infernos, and Abdurrahim, I'm just going to call him Abdur moving forward. He's going to go in to finish off an alley-oop dunk. Ronnie bringing it in, loses the ball. Kobe tries to do something. Alley-oop gets called, but unfortunately it didn't work. Ilgauskas gets the turnover and brings it into the basket. 2 points in the lead for the Infernos. Alley-oop call for Radcliffe, and Radcliffe lands the alley-oop, tying the game up once again with 1 minute and 10 seconds to spare on the clock. Rodney gets knocked out, goes for the pass on Ilgauskas, who brings it into the bucket. Once again, 2 points ahead. It's a 1-possession game. Rodney, I don't know what happened there. And once again, the score is all tied up with a simple jump shot from the side of Atlanta. Ronnie goes in for an alley-oop, managed to land it. Quick and easy. Less than a minute left in the corner. Ball gets knocked around all over the place. A lot of juking happening. And a last-second alley-oop ties it up once again with the help of Ratliff. Ball loose again from the side of the Infernos, going in for a bucket. Barely makes it in. Ronnie manages to knock it just in time. Goes in for a dunk of his own. Manages to get the 2 points for his team. 25 seconds left on the clock. Ilgakis gets the steal. Ronnie goes in for a dunk. Again, calls in for an alley-oop. Another alley-oop on Brian. Ronnie finishes the last alley-oop to have a hot spot ready for the next quarter, or immediately even. Only four seconds and change separates the shot clock and the game clock for the corner. Ronnie gets the block. Looks like he's going in for a hot spot. Will it be enough though? 1 second left. And that's a half-court three-point shot by Kobe Bryant, one of the GOATs of NBA. May he rest in power. But the hotspot is available for the next round, and Ronnie opens it up by being on fire and scoring 4 points for the Infernos, opening up that second quarter. Not even 3 seconds into the 3-minute quarter. Now, Ronnie needs to be careful because if Atlanta scores any way, shape, or form, he loses that on-fire privilege. He goes in for a three-point shot, and he sinks it from outside the arc. Easy money for Ronnie B, since he is the on-fire person. Little block over there. Oh, but it's an offensive rebound, and the dunk goes in. Tells Ronnie to take a chill pill, and Ronnie is forced to do so. Lots of aggressive plays happening, but in the end, a big dunk from the Atlanta side is going to help narrow down the deficit a little bit. It's still a 10-point difference favoring the Infernos here. Hotspot is ready. Easy lay from Ilgakis. Goes right into the bucket. Wide into the deficit. Hotspot is active. Terry is going to go for it. Does a little helicopter and lands 4 points for his team in the Atlanta Hawks. Lots of back and forth going on between the two. I would not be surprised if it stays this close all night long. Everybody's getting knocked around, though. That's the unfortunate side of things. Radliff now trying to go in for a layup. Tries to go for an alley-oop, but misses it. Kobe goes for a three-point, but opts for an alley-oop with Rodney B, who lands it in. Once again, 10 points separating both teams, favoring the Infernos with an alley-oop like that. Sharif brings it in. Now Atlanta is bringing it down. Down goes it in for a jump shot. Misses it, but it's an offensive rebound by Radliff. And Sharif goes in for the alley-oop. Ronnie tries to block it, but simply couldn't get the job done. Ilgakis now brings it down. Tries to pass it to Ronnie, who gets knocked around. Couldn't get control of the ball. Ronnie steals it. Kobe goes for a backward oop. And finishes off with Ronnie B. Ilgakis tries to go for a second alley-oop, but the pass just wasn't there in time. It looks like 1 minute 30 left on the clock for the first half, and a jump shot brings 2 points over to the Atlanta Hawks side of things. Ronnie loses control of the ball, but knocks down the person that forces him to lose control, and another jump shot brings it in. Now the deficit in the single digit has been for a while. Infernos lose control of the ball. Sharif trying to go get on fire, and he is on fire. That is his third scoring in a row without Inferno scoring, similar to what happened with Rodney on the other side. But now everybody needs to be careful of Sharif, who currently has control of the ball. He's looking to do a three-point from beyond the arc, and it lands. Being on fire does make it easier to land those fadeaway shots. Ronnie goes in for the alley-oop, lands it, has a hot spot ready, but it is one possession lead. Atlanta brought it back from a 10-point deficit. Jump shot there is going to miss. Ronnie's going to pass it to Ilgakis. I think he wants it back for the hot spot. He does. He's going to go for it. Does a little Egyptian dance there, but still manages to land 5 points for the Infernos. His literal team, by the way, because remember, Rodney is the owner, coach, and captain of the Infernos. That is a lot of titles for one the NBA player. Alley-oop on the side of Atlanta is going to shorten that deficit a little bit. A little too early on the blocking from Rodney B, but that is perfectly okay. Inferno's still in the lead with 30 seconds left in the half. Dunk and an alley-oop is going to go in. Rodney tries to go for a third alley-oop, but he gets stolen mid-second alley-oop. And Atlanta now ready for another hotspot. I believe this is for a 5-point hotspot. Inferno need to think of something. Simple dunk gets them 2 points for now, as we're less than 10 seconds away from ending the half. Hotspot is active, but I don't think it's going to be available for long. Rodney catches it in time, goes for a jump shot at the buzzer beater, does make it go through. 2 points more for the Infernos. Now we're going to have some substitutions in. But yeah, no, with that blocking of the hotspot, Rodney B basically said, no thank you, you're not getting a hotspot, you're not getting any extra points, and we're going to open up the second half with one of Inferno's substitution coming in and giving us a nice slam dunk. I have never seen something like that, where you block the ball from the dunk, but it still goes in. That is impressive. Atlanta needs to be counting their blessings for something like that. But regardless, another 2 points scored by the Atlanta Hawks. Rodney going in for a dunk, keeps it nice and simple. 8 points separating the two teams. Infernos in the lead for the time being. Terry tries to go for a 3-point, but it gets blocked. Doesn't seem like it's going to be a 3-point play. Instead, it's going to be Sharif with a slam dunk directly on Rodney's face. And now it's the Infernos trying to make sure that they maintain the lead no matter what. A dunk and alley-oop combo coming in. A breakout oop, if you will. And that is another 2 points for the side of the Infernos. Sharif passing the ball to Terry. Rodney with the steal. Tries to get the pass going on. And secures an alley-oop for making the deficit 10 points now for the Infernos. Jump shot is going to miss on the side of the Hawks as Rodney tries to bring it in. Artist goes in for an alley-oop. Rodney goes in for an alley-oop, but it doesn't work out. Take two, and take two does work out. Artist and Rodney going in at it together like the teammates that they are always meant to be. Jump shot, however, is going to remind them that the game is still on between Atlanta and the Infernos. Rodney gets knocked down, passes it to Artist, who does a backboard shot there, or backboard dunk, lands it successfully. Rodney denying a dunk opportunity. Duncan, however, tries to go for a dunk and just misses it. I don't know what to say about that. Bucket is gonna go in a nice and easy jump shot within the arc though. Tries to get past gets the pass to Rodney, but it doesn't work out. An easy layup for the Atlanta Hawks. Now the deficit is in single digits once again. Rodney trying to maneuver his way over. Tries to go for an alley-oop, but gets blocked, and Rodney passes it up. Anyways, Rodney with the rebound goes in for Duncan, who's trying to get another shot at the dunk. Rodney goes in for an alley-oop and lands another alley-oop, trying to keep that deficit in the double digits. Ooh, little knock around there. Artist going in for a jump shot, misses it, and it's a defensive rebound by Terry. Sharif goes in for a dunk. Both teams are now ready for a hot spot opportunity. Rodney goes in first, and it's going in for 6 points with a spin behind the back as if he's sitting on the ball. 6 points added to the Inferno scoreboard. But Atlanta has a hotspot of their own, and if Infernos are not careful, they could lose that 6 points easily. A little disco jam going on there, and that is going to be only 5 points this time for the side of the Atlanta Hawks. They didn't use that 5-point hotspot the last time, so they used it this time. Rodney's trying to go for a 3-point play, misses it. Sharif comes in with the rebound. Terry goes in for a dunk and lands it. Now 7-point difference between Infernos and the Atlanta Hawks. Less than 10 seconds to go. Rodney goes in for the alley-oop and secures it with 3.4 seconds left on the clock. Still not a double-digit lead like they wanted. Tries to go for the jump. It would have landed had the ball been out of his hands earlier in the clock. But instead, it doesn't land. Now we're starting off the fourth quarter with an alley-oop and 7 points. The difference between Infernos and the Hawks. Favoring the Infernos. Duncan and Artis going in for an alley-oop. Ronnie goes in to finish that breakout double alley-oop play. 9 points now. Not necessarily double points. Never mind. It's going to go back down to 7 points for the deficit. We're in the last quarter of the Atlanta Hawks versus the Infernos. Rodney goes for an offensive rebound, hits the side of the backboard in that last jump shot. I think Rodney's feeling it. I think he may need to sit out the next one and, come back in strong. But we'll see what happens in the next game. We'll see what the team decides to do. In the meantime, Sharif goes for an alley-oop and lands the dunk. 5 points now separating the two teams. Sharif knocks the ball away and goes in for a layup dunk onto both Artis and Rodney. It seems like the Infernos are starting to fall apart just a tad bit. You can tell that Rodney's feeling it. He went in for a jump shot. It landed, don't get me wrong, but he's definitely tired. Another jump shot landed. Now 69 points for the Atlanta. Nice. While Infernos has 72. Lots of brawling happening in the middle of the court. There back play happening on the side of Atlanta, and Sharif lands it. Now the point difference is 1 point, not one possession, 1 point. Rodney tried to go for an alley-oop, but they lost possession of the ball. Sharif looking to be on fire, but instead goes for the alley-oop with Ratliff securing another 2 points. Atlanta now back in the lead. They haven't had the lead since the start of the match. Rodney goes for a steal, but loses it almost instantly. This is still very much anybody's game. Ball, not really sure where the ball is going, but it is going to the side of the Infernos. Artis going for a layup. Opposite go for an alley-oop with Rodney. Hotspot is available for the side of the Infernos. They need this hotspot in order to secure their win. But Atlanta is giving them a tough time. A simple bucket is keeping Atlanta in the lead by 1 point. Hotspot is available now, but Rodney loses the ball. Rodney loses the ball. Atlanta has the opportunity to deny the hotspot and takes it. Atlanta now ready with a hotspot of their own. Terry telling the Infernos that they may have a good start of the season, but it's not going to be enough. Hotspot is active for the side of Atlanta, and Sharif takes it. It's 6 points added to the Atlanta side. 28 seconds left on the clock. Infernos need to be non-stop scoring. They are 5 points down, 23 seconds left on the clock. They need to play this perfectly. If they are not careful, this could be game over for the side of Infernos. And the moment that I say that, it is mathematically impossible for the Infernos to catch up now. Lots of passing going around, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Rodney gets a putback, which brings the deficit down to 5, but with 3.2 seconds left, it's over. The Atlanta Hawks take the game. 585 to 80. That is an unfortunate set of circumstance from the side of Infernos. They're going to need to bounce back for their next matchup next week against the Memphis Grizzlies. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed this match. If you did, be sure to hit the subscribe button here on YouTube. Don't forget that we also live stream on the Twitch. Tomorrow is going to be some Dylan the Dude action on Dude or Dare over on Twitch. And you can find me, Music Man, on Thursday with some more Kingdom Hearts Critical Run. We're also on BlueSky, Level Up FC, Instagram, Level Up for Charity. And don't forget to check out the link in the description for our Discord join-in link as well. Thank you once again, everybody, for watching, and I will see you next time. Have a good night, everybody.